Hi everyone, this is the Yarning Void podcast, episode number 3, and I wish you a Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. Today is Christmas Day as I'm filming this, and the last days, the last week has been a little shaken up in this household because by the beginning of the week on Tuesday, I got positive with COVID. And today is the first day after 6 days that I'm negative again. And because of this infection, our whole Christmas plans got messed up. And we spent yesterday, Christmas Eve, alone, like my boyfriend, my little one, and me. Usually my best friend comes over and we would cook a 3-course vegan festive dinner. Yesterday we did not. We just cooked something, and I mean, most of the time I felt quite well, only like I had a little cold. But we didn't want anyone to get infected. Our plan was to get on a little family trip with my boyfriend's parents tomorrow over New Year's, but now, as of today, my boyfriend is positive with COVID. So yeah, we will be staying home. It's a little sad because actually in the past summer we wanted to take a family trip with his parents to Sweden, and because of some family stuff, his parents weren't able to come with us. So we wanted to take this vacation as a family, but not this time, not this year. Or maybe, I mean, if he'll test negative in a couple days, maybe we can just have a little mini vacation for like 2 days of New Year's. That would be an option, and that would be very, very neat and lovely. But right now we'll be staying home. It's cozy. It's not that I don't have anything to do, so I will be spending my time as always. Today I wrote another concept for this episode, and after writing a couple pages I realized that I forgot some things on the list. And the last episode got longer than I planned on, so today I might be rushing through a little bit because I've got some show and tell, some things to show, which are not that fancy or important, and other things that might be more interesting. I hope the lighting conditions are well today. I'm again in my living No, I'm not in my living room because the other people are in the living room. I'm on my bed, and it's quite a sunny day today, but now it's getting a little overcast and the sun will set in about 1.5 hours, so it's pretty low already. Yeah, so let's begin. I've got one finished object, one finished knitting object. It's just this little Harlow hat I did for my little one. In my last episode I mentioned that I would be starting on this project like the day after, and that's what I did. It's made out of, again, my hand-dyed sock yarn, as always, reversible. And you might recognize that this light, almost neon-y green color is the same as in my shirt It's the Rumble Raglan by Lydia Morrow. I knit it in the summer when we were in Sweden, actually. And it's, yeah, as you can tell, also my hand-dyed sock yarn. This Harlow head is knit in the smallest size. What does it say for like toddlers? No, it's not. Yeah, it's the toddler size. I don't know. It's the smallest size, the kid's size. I thought it would be too big, but it's actually quite snug, and I am glad that it's made out of a sock base, so it's 75% wool and 25% polyester, so it stretches a little around the head. And after arguing about the color choice with my child, because my child's opinion is that this green and the purple don't go well together. I thought, yeah, but I think it's cute, and now they like to wear it. So yeah, I'm pleased. I've got another finished object which is not knitting related because it's cross stitch. As a Christmas gift for my best friend, I decided to make a framed cross stitch picture, whatever you want to call it, because he loves handmade things, he loves colorful things, and you know, little trinkets, home decor, whatever. So I found a very fitting cross stitch pattern on Etsy, and it's this one. It says crippling anxiety is my cardio, and yeah, it's perfect for him. And because we couldn't spend Christmas Eve together, I sent him a photo of this picture yesterday, and he was blown away. He thinks it's perfect. I love it. Maybe with another caption I would, or with another whatever text, I would make something for myself in this style. I love these retro flowers. I hope you can see them properly. It's by a maker called Stitchy Little Fox on Etsy, and I will link the shop and or the pattern down below. So if you're into cross stitch, or if you're a beginner and want to make something beautiful but also easy, I mean, it was kind of easy. It's not that hard, not that fancy of a pattern. You might consider doing this as well. All right, that's the finished objects. Works in progress. I still didn't work on my birch pullover. I guess it's on hiatus. I will get back to it whenever I feel like it. I mean, when something doesn't spark joy anymore, it's okay to leave it be for a little bit and get back to it whenever you feel like it, right? I mean, no pressure. Oh man, talking is hard on my throat. So my current only work in progress is my Marled Mania cardigan by West Knits, and it's getting big. I've been working quite a bit on it. I can barely see it, I guess. I can check in the mirror how to present it to you. Oh, that looks nice. So yeah, I I stopped knitting the body of the cardigan when I finished the last color combination before getting back to color 1, because these are colors 1 and 2, and can you see it? These are the colors 1 and 2, and this brown one, this color 1, is the color that I used the least of. You know, I mean, this is the part where the number of stitches is the highest, but this is color 1 and 2, and this is 2 and 3. So color 2 is the one I have the least yarn of now. And I mean, I could do this color, I don't know which number, like 8 and 1 now, before I continue with color 1 and 2. But I wanted to make sure that I have enough of color 1 and color 2 for my sleeves. So I decided to knit the sleeves first. Now we're on the same part of the color fade as in the body. This is 112 stitches, no, not stitches, rounds. And I made a fit check, and it's like, I don't know, up to this point. So I need to knit another, maybe, what is it, 32, 48 rounds before I can start knitting the cuff. The cuff should, as of the pattern instructions, start about 8 centimeters before the wrist, but the cuff is written to be very long, and I think with this cardigan I like it. I like to have a very long cuff. It's again in this color and yarn combination with a mohair. That would be great, like up to that point. Oh yeah, that's nice. And that's my work in progress, knitting wise. Because I did something. I bought a new spinning wheel. It's portable. It's the Ashford Joy 2 spinning wheel. It's a, I don't know how you call it, traveler wheel. It folds up, so you can put it in a backpack, which came with a spinning wheel, and you can take it on vacation with you. And that was the initial plan for this family vacation. I mean, it's also a very well crafted and useful spinning wheel to use at home. It's a double treadle, and my first wheel, the Ashford Traditional, is a single treadle, and I was looking for a double treadle wheel for quite some time now, because as you're spinning, like a longer sitting, a huge project like a sweater project, so sweaters quantity of yarn you're producing, it gets really tiresome treadling only with one foot. And because of how the spinning wheel, the Ashford Traditional, is assembled, you cannot easily like change the side of the treadle. And I don't know if I would be like, if I could treadle only with my left foot, because my right foot is the dominant one. I'm currently spinning for a sweater project, and I'm spinning a woolen yarn. So I'm doing the long draw. And I must say that because I think it's because of the lower orifice that it's really hard on my right side of the bag and my shoulder, because I'm always doing this motion, and I know I can feel that I'm very tense up here. Maybe I need a little more practice. Maybe it's because I've been sitting and not moving very much the past week when I was sick. Maybe I need a little, I don't know, mobility training. Wouldn't be a bad idea overall. Yeah, it's a nice wheel. The orifice, you know, where the yarn gets pulled in, it feels a little sharp around the edge. I'm always afraid that it makes my thread tear, because it feels like a knife. It feels like cutting through the fibers, but I think that I only imagine this and that it's not a real problem. I prepared a bunch of fibers. I got around 400 grams of, oh man, pronouncing this right, like English style or not so French. It's hard. It's, how do you call it in English? Rambouillet? Rambouillet fiber? You know, the French one, the French merino. That's what they call the sheep, I guess. I prepared this fiber with an unlabeled fiber, which I thought was black baby alpaca, but turned out to be dark brown, and I have no idea if it's actually baby alpaca. It was a bed, a carded bed I got when I bought my Ashford traditional wheel secondhand, and the previous owner just put in a bunch of different fibers, I think for practice reasons. So it was not labeled. It was very greasy, much vegetable matter in it, but it smelled so good. It was such a nice smell. Very, very rich in lanolin. So that's why it's greasy. But yeah, soft to the touch. Very good for my hands, for my skin. And I, put it in. It was, I don't know, was it about 100 grams. And I made a bunch of rolags over the course of 3 days. I brought like 2 rolags to show you my color choices. So this is it. I used orange, a turquoisey green, and different shades of blue. Some are even darker, like a dark navy blue. Because I couldn't decide for the longest time. I couldn't decide which colors to dye the fiber in. I mean, I've got my favorite colors. It's yellow, it's orange, it's green, sometimes brown, but usually not blue, except it's teal, like very rich, dark, teal, greenish blue. and I couldn't decide. I didn't want a single color. I'm spinning this fiber for the Nurtured sweater by Andrea Mowry because it's my favorite sweater. It's very warm, and the previous one I knit, I also spun myself. So the yarn, I spun it myself. It was my first attempt in spinning woolen yarn, and I thought I'd do it again because I would love to wear this sweater all the time, and I need another one. It's perfect, so I need a second. Yeah, and then one morning I got up and thought, you know what? I just use all my favorite colors. Not like all of them, but these colors. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of complementary colors, but you know, there's something about the combination of orange and teal that is just so satisfying for me. Here you can see another row leg, which is very dark blue. And now in this light, you know, this unknown fiber actually looks very black. Maybe it's like, you know, if you got a black cat and the cat is snuggled up in the sun, in a sunny spot in the room, and suddenly you realize that your cat is not black but brown. It's the same in this case. So I hope you can see how this fiber looks with all the VM inside. Yeah, I love it. I hope I'll be able to spin a kind of consistent yarn. That's usually not the case when it comes to a long draw because I just don't have the right practice, not enough. But actually I don't really care, you know, especially with the Nurtured sweater, which has this very beautiful but simple stitch pattern. You don't necessarily need you don't need the most consistent yarn. It's very forgiving. And then there's glitter on it because my little one was playing with glitter. I took about 100 grams of the Rambouillet I purchased and made a painted braid in these colors. I was inspired by a pair of socks I made a couple years ago. And these socks are so torn. There are holes as big as, I don't know, almost my entire foot. And I didn't think I would use this yarn alone without any other fibers like silk to spin for a pair of socks. But these colors, the colors of the sock yarn, inspired me to dye this. Yeah, it's 100 gram, and I thought I'd use it for a pair of fingerless mitts or another hat. But then I thought, well, if I took another 100 grams of a natural brown fiber, I don't know which one yet, and make a 2-ply to get a marled yarn, I could stretch the yard edge and it could maybe be enough to knit a shirt, like maybe the Tumble tee by Lydia Morrow or a tank top. And I think that's what I'm aiming for. But I mean, I dyed this because I was dyeing the other bunch. But I will not be spinning this for like the next month, the next couple months, because I'll be very busy with my 500 grams of Rolex. This will take a while because I'm not always spinning. I'm doing a bunch of things, and my current hyper focus is actually doing cross stitch, so maybe I will not be spinning as much. I got a very lovely Christmas gift that I picked myself from my boyfriend, because I really needed a new yarn ball winder. And there it is, this beauty by KnitPro. It is very sturdy, wooden. These metal parts are very heavy, and it works so well, and it's quiet. The noise you can hear now is my cat scratching on the door because they want inside. I'm very sorry, but that's how it is. I might open the door, let the cat in, and then I'll show you again how you cannot hear this. There she is. Come on, come here. You don't know her yet. You haven't met. Come. Come here. Meow, meow, meow. You want to say hello? I don't think she wants to say hello. So, shh. Doesn't make sound. It's so great. I love it. I already rewound all my yarn balls I use for my cardigan, because my old winder was very, very crooked and cheap and just... Can you stop? Can you stop scratching on the tripod? Please? She can't understand me. She's not an English person. Not an English speaker. Mimsy. Yeah. Winder. Great one. Can recommend. So, what else? Ooh. I made something in the kitchen you might have noticed. This is my first ever homemade apple cider vinegar. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud. I made vinegar myself. And it was that easy. I love the color. It's actually not unusual for an apple cider vinegar. But the apples were, I put them in with the skin on and all. They were yellow. They weren't like pinkish, reddish. It's sunken to the ground, but you can see that gooey thing that is in there. That's the mother of vinegar, and I can keep it to... Sorry, I got distracted by the seagulls. I can use it to make even more vinegar. It is ready to be bottled. Guess I will do that soon, or I just keep it in this jar until I get more fruit, scraps, whatever, to make another batch. It smells great. I didn't taste it yet. I think it tastes amazing too. Maybe it's too good to use it only for cleaning, but on the other hand, I don't use apple cider vinegar for cooking that often, and I still got something. I mainly plan to do it for cleaning the house, because I would love to get rid of or not buy any more cleaners, because I've got baking soda, I've got I've got baking soda, I've got vinegar, and what else do I need to clean my home? I also made a batch of kimchi. I love to eat kimchi. It's, for me, the perfect combination of sour, salty, and spicy. And I usually eat it with, so on top of noodle soup or with fries. Now the cat is scratching on my closet. Hey! And I love fermented cabbage. Everything fermented. No, not everything. I don't like fermented cucumbers, like fermented New York style pickles. I don't know. I love when fermented food is very tangy, very sour. But those pickles usually just get like salt in. I don't know. It's just not the right taste for me. So yeah, cabbage it is, mostly. And ooh, sweet potatoes. I've got a fine recipe for some African style sweet potatoes with green bell peppers and onions and a little chili, and it's so delicious. I should do a food vlog. And there's one other thing I did in the last couple of weeks since we last spoke. I've sewn a new Stasia dress by Liberated. I planned on sewing this one for months, I don't know, since the summer, I guess. I made a long-sleeved version in a black jersey fabric, and it fits nicely, but the pockets, the inside inseam, how do you call it? Inseam pockets, side pockets in the seam, they're gaping awkwardly, and I can't tell why this is happening, but I think it's because I picked the wrong size. It fits, but I usually got a difference of 1 to 2 sizes between my upper body and my lower body, and I didn't make any adjustments because it's a flared skirt and a tight-fitting, tailored bodice, so I didn't think it would be necessary to adjust the width of the skirt. But the pockets are right where my waist starts, like widening into my hips, and as I mentioned, it's a pretty huge ratio, waist to hip ratio, and that might be the reason for the pocket to be gaping. It's not the worst. It looks a little weird, but I can wear the dress and nobody would think like, oh, what is she wearing? Why is the pocket gaping like that? I don't think that would be happening. So yeah. Anyway, I will have to cut another size. So cut the pattern in a larger size, because I've got a French terry fabric that I want to use for this dress as well, but it's less stretchy, much less stretchy than the jersey fabric, so I need to sew a larger size anyway, and if that helps, that might be the whole secret. I didn't sew the silica gel sachets I was talking about in my last episode. I might be doing it this week, and I will keep you posted. So, where are we? Plans. Plans for the upcoming year. I have to knit more socks. In the past summer, I realized that I love to wear my knit socks no matter the temperature. The first part of the summer in Germany was very cold and rainy, and I was wearing my woolen socks anyway. And as it got warmer, I just didn't take them off. I don't like to wear sandals. I don't like to not wear any socks in my shoes. And I find that I find that woolen socks are much better for my feet, which tend to go a little sweaty very, very fast, because they're more breathable than cotton socks. You know, when I'm wearing cotton socks in the summer, they're always wet, and that doesn't happen with the woolen socks. And it's even less laundry, because I mean, I hope it doesn't sound weird, but with almost 30 degrees Celsius, I can wear a pair of knit socks for like 5 days in a row without them getting like smelly or icky. I don't know. That made me realize that I need more socks, more shorties, but also, as I'm now in winter wearing 2 pairs of woolen socks at the same time, I need more long socks, because was it this year or last year? I think it was this year. I also realized that I have to knit my socks way smaller than I used to, so they won't tear that fast. And that's what I have to do, because all of my socks are torn. I'm currently on a rotation of like 4 pairs of socks, so 2 times 2 at a time. You know what I mean? Wearing 2 pairs of socks at a time. After a couple days, I put them in the laundry and wear the other 2 pairs of socks until they are dirty and have to go into the laundry. And the others are clean, so I can put them on again. Yeah, I need more socks. I want to knit more color work. In socks especially, but also in other things. I've got all the, not all the pattern dictionaries, or stitch dictionaries, however you want to call them, you know, like stranded color work dictionaries. I don't own all of them, but I plan on owning all of them because they're just so beautiful. I've got these 3 that I love very much, but didn't knit anything of yet. This is the book by Charlotte Stone Knits on Ravelry and Instagram. And I mean, I guess some of you avid knitters know this book, so I don't have to get into much detail, but there are a couple of patterns that I would love to knit. And as a gift from a friend of mine, I got this book by Lotta Lundin about stranded colorwork mittens. This is the German version. I have no idea if there's an English version of this book. I only found the Swedish original. But you can find all the patterns on Ravelry, which are in this book, and she has another book. I don't know if there's a German translation. I mean, actually, I would not mind getting the Swedish original because it's more about the charts, the colorwork charts, than the written word. I mean, she's just always knitting the same style, the same size of socks, mittens, not socks. So how they're constructed, it's written in this book, and I would just, get the Swedish book to have the charts. And there is so much. There are beautiful squirrel mittens. I love it. Beautiful. She also quite often has different patterns for the left and the right mitten, which is beautiful too, because it doesn't get boring while knitting. Now you can see me browsing through a book. This book was on my Amazon wish list, and the reason I had it on this wish list was these Twin Peaks mittens, because I'm a fan of the TV show Twin Peaks, and these are just gorgeous. Love it. Look at this. Also, the design of this book, I mean, if you know Twin Peaks, then you know about the cherry pie. Oh, it's so great. And also, of course, Alternate Rebellion by Anna Bauer. These patterns are just so great. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's not a pair of socks, but that would look cute on me, wouldn't it? Oh, that's so huge. What I love about this one, and also the other stitch dictionaries you can find, is that it allows you to be free and creative and make your own design. But that's what intrigues me as well, because I mean, I've been a sock knitter for over a decade. Not over a decade. Ooh. Oh, that's funny. I knit my first pair of socks 10 years ago for my ex's father. Oh, that was so funny. I made a heel flap and gusset, and instead of working the decrease stitches on the sides, I accidentally worked them on top and under the foot. He wore them still. He didn't even mind. So these patterns give me the freedom to build my own colorwork socks. But when it comes to like a sweater and knitting around yoke for my measurements, that's a little more daunting. I also got the book Strange Brew by Tin Can Knits, which is perfect for designing your own colorwork round yoke sweater. But there was something about the yarn weight. Was it for DK and worsted or something? I mean, I should check that. That adapts to all the colorwork stitch patterns I could use. And I would love to make those shorts. Those shorts are ridiculously cute. I wouldn't know where and when to wear them, because this is nothing I would wear in public. Not with my legs and booty. But it's cute, right? As loungewear. All right. So that's it for today. I hope you have a good time, you're healthy, you're well, and let's meet again after New Year's. Until then, bye.